It's that time of week again. I've got my haul. This week I did Sprouts. Normally I do Fred Meyer, but there were a few things I really wanted that I can only find at Sprouts. So I went ahead for it. One of the items they didn't have the hummus that I like, but I'll get that at Whole Foods next time. But I wanted the bear chicken. I wanted the nuggets, but they didn't have it. So this is what they substituted. Same amount of points, just in the strip serving. So 2 strips rather than like, I don't know, 5 or 6 nuggets. But that's fine. And I got this for one of my meal options, looking for something convenient. I got salad kits. So I got different flavors. I got the little ones so that I can just eat one at a time as I need. And I got different flavors: Caesar, Green Goddess, Citrus Crunch. I haven't tried this one. And I don't know why, but the shopper said they were out of the Caesar and she substituted a big Caesar. So maybe I got the last of the small ones. So I don't know, a little confused about that, but I got one random big one and a bunch of little ones. So I don't know, maybe I'll eat the big one first, or I'll just leave that one for next week. And this will be one meal option. So I'll take one bag to work with some chicken strips, and that'll be convenient, easy to prep, not a lot to do because I'm busy this week. I've got to take my car in for an oil change. I've got a hair appointment. It's one of those adulting weeks, so not a whole lot of time for meal prep. I've got some fish. I haven't had fish in a while. So this comes with a little piece of butter and I just pop that off. I don't cook it with the butter. It's just a little too much. And it still has some butter kind of on it, but the little bit, there it is, that little butter round, I just throw that away. And it's oily enough, it cooks without it, so that kind of lowers the calories for me. And so I've got this. I normally like their jerk chicken, but they were out. This is what they had this week, so this is what we're going for. And normally when I make fish, I like to have asparagus with butternut squash, but those 2 options were really expensive right now, and just with the cost of everything these days, I opted for green beans, and this was such a better deal. So I got all these green beans, and I want to say it was less than what the little pound of asparagus would have been. I'll have to check the receipts to be sure. But I got that, and then instead of butternut squash, I got these potatoes. These were cheaper as well. So I'll have old-fashioned green beans and potatoes. I forgot the potatoes do add points. The butternut squash does not. However, the fish is free except for the oil that's used on it. So I'll figure that out, but that's still a good option. I got the onion because initially I had the butternut squash and I like to cook it with a little onion, but I don't really care for onion with green beans and potatoes. So I may just leave the onion out. It'll stay good. I'll chop it up and freeze it for another time. Got some snack options, or you could call this dessert. So I got the Icelandic provisions. This is what I'm enjoying right now as far as yogurt. It is whole milk yogurt, but I make it work by cutting down on the amount of chocolate chips I put in it. So instead of putting a whole serving, I put half. I also have some granola that I like to add to it, but I'll just do half. That brings it down. If I do 1 container with chocolate chips and the little granola, that brings it down to 9 points, which is a good point value for a dessert option. And I got 3 of those just to have some options, and it's just a little more satisfying to get the whole milk yogurt sometimes. So that's what I got there. I did not buy a lot of snacky fruits and veggies just because I prefer lately to go into the store and get those myself, because I can make better choices and make sure there's no rotten fruit in there. Generally the Instacart shoppers do a good job, but sometimes I'll get some options that are less than stellar. So this way, on my way into work, I'll just pull into either Whole Foods or Safeway, grab whatever fruit I want. If I want some cucumbers to snack on, I'll grab one, something like that. And that way it doesn't go bad in my fridge as well, because I had to throw away some cucumbers that I hadn't eaten, and I don't like throwing away food. So I do like to run in and pick up raspberries. I like to get those fresh, raspberries or blackberries, because I find they mold fast in the fridge. So that's what I'm doing. That's why you don't see a lot of fruit or veggie snacks. But this is what I've got this week. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to see how I put it all together. And don't forget to like and subscribe. What are you doing, my girl? That's mine.
So this fish from Sprouts is really easy to prepare. Literally, you just pop it in the oven. I think it was like 375 for 30 minutes or so. I think I left it a little longer because I put the thermometer in and it wasn't quite done, but so easy. And while it was cooking, I went ahead and started my green beans. I always start off with olive oil. I know oil adds points in calories. You can adjust it as you need, but that's where all the flavor comes from, and it's a healthy fat, so I never skimp on it. I use Tony's sachets for the potatoes, and I just let them cook on the stove top. You could totally throw the green beans and the potatoes in the oven if that's how you like to roast veggies, but I just find it easy to do it on top of the stove. I started the potatoes first because they take longer to cook, and then I added the green beans later on after the potatoes had had a while to start cooking. And here is the fish after it was all cooked, and I am cutting each piece in half. With the cost of everything, I'm just trying to stretch my groceries some. And these are my meal prep containers. I'm calling this 3.5 ounces of fish. I've measured it before, and it's going to be the same each week when I buy the same type of fish. I split the green beans into 4-ounce servings and the potatoes into 3-ounce servings. And here's the chicken as I put it in the air fryer. It is 170 calories for 2 pieces, 4 points for 2 pieces. And I just put it in the air fryer with the bag instructions, but I just used 1 bag of salad for 2 chicken strips, and I took that to work each day. And for my snack option, I've got the yogurt. This was the vanilla option. I added half a serving of the granola, half a serving of the dark chocolate Lily's chips. And that was my snack, my dessert, if you want to call it. And it was really satisfying, 9 points for this. And I got to that number by cutting in half the Lily's chips and the granola. But it was totally worth it and a nice snack.